Hi everyone, I am AhkTaar and welcome back on my YouTube channel. In this video we are going to talk about the efficiency of the mastery and HP over the HP burning damage. You are going to see that I prepared many charts with a lot of figures and some curves in order to see the impact of both stats on the damage. It's pretty interesting, I think, so let's talk about that. So, in order to try that, I'm using Hezenja here. He has a bit more HP burning damage with his passive, but it's the main HP burning in the game. If you want to be efficient in terms of HP burning, we are gonna talk about Hezenja and how you should build Hezenja. You are gonna see it's pretty interesting. In order to make my test here, I used that attribute, that stats on my heroes. So I began at 300k HP on my Hezenja, and finally I increased my HP by 1k until 700k HP in total. I did the same test with the mastery from 0 to 200% mastery, increasing by 1% every time. I tried that and I made a chart in 3D matrix with every stat in here, and you're gonna see that it is pretty interesting. And on Mamuk I put 2 million HP, so I don't have any, I'm not capped, I'm gonna be capped, sorry, on the max HP of my Hezenja during my test, and this is the goal. So if I explain that to you quickly, if you go there, HP burnings. When you place an HP burning on the target, at his turn, he's gonna take 8% of his own max HP in damage, and the damage are gonna be capped at 30% of Hezenja's max HP. That means if you are in PvP, for example, you are gonna have almost the same amount of HP as the opponent, so you are not gonna be capped at 30% of your own max HP. But if you are against the boss, for example, he's gonna have maybe something like 20 million HP, and so you are gonna inflict 8% of his max HP and be capped at 30% of your own max HP. And I'm pretty sure that if the boss has 20 million damage HP, 30% of your own max HP is equivalent to 8% of the boss max HP. So you are not dealing that much damage with that. This is how HP burnings work. So if we have a look, if I explain to you, this is what I tried. So if we have a look here, I inflict 104k damage on Mamuk using the basic attack with 300k HP and 0% mastery. If I show you my screen now, this is my chart. So here we find the damage I dealt to Mamuk, 104k 904. This is the damage I dealt with 0 mastery and 300k HP. If we go to the right here, for 1% more mastery and the same amount of HP, this is what I am gonna inflict. And so it's go on. And here, if we go to the bottom, it's the same test but with some HP and still 0% mastery. So for 1k more HP here and 0 mastery, this is what I am gonna inflict to the enemy. Okay, so this is how I made my test. For example, let's check if it does work. If I go here, if I change, let's say I want something like 480k HP, something like that, 83k, yeah, 83k, and if I increase my mastery to 127, for example, let's have a look to the damage I can do. 383k. 383k, so I said 127, so here we are, and 435k, I think. Let me check again on the game. 483, so I am situated here. This is the damage I dealt. 383k, 393. Let's check it again. Sorry, that wasn't... I didn't want to do that. Exact same damage. So this is great to calculate the damage of Hezenja, right? and I'm accurate everywhere. So if we have a look to that now, here, as you can see, I have two different curves. I have the first one, mastery impacts on HP burnings damage, and if we have a look to it, with 0% mastery, I can inflict 100k, almost 105k, and if I increase my mastery by 100%, it's gonna be doubled. So in fact, the mastery, 1% mastery increase your dot damage by 1%. 100% mastery is gonna increase your dot damage by 100%. That's a damage increase based on the dot damage. And that's pretty interesting to know, right? So if I have 200% mastery on my Hezonja, it's gonna triple the damage of the dot. Pretty interesting. Now, if I go on the second curve here, it's the HP impact on HP burnings damage. If I start at 300k HP on my Hezonja, then I'm gonna deal a 105k damage on the enemy with 0% mastery. If I increase my HP by, if I double my HP, 300k more HP here, I'm gonna double my damage. It's harder to get 300k HP than 100% mastery, I think, on a hero though. So in terms of damage, it's gonna be more efficient to increase your mastery than your HP. If I show that to you again, I have also that chart. In that chart, we can see the damage increase instead of the total damage. So if I increase my HP by 1k with 0% mastery, the damage are going to be increased by 350. And then if I increase my mastery by 1%, but without touching my, changing my HP, I'm going to get 1049 more damage. Okay, so the damage, there is a huge damage difference here, right? But if we go at the maximum here, in total with 200% mastery, we have 210k more damage. If we increase only the HP to the maximum, we are gonna have 139k. So the damage is pretty big in comparison, but you are gonna be more tanky if you have some HP, right? This is why I prepared that also. Let me go here. Let me zoom in just a bit. So here you can see the gear, the substats you can have on a 6-star piece of gear. HP rate, flat HP, really bad, and mastery. So if we have a look here, for example, I took Hezonja as an example. Outside the sanctuary and the talents, etc., Hezonja maxed out, level max, I mean 150. He has something around 164k HP. And so, if you increase 1% of his HP, it's gonna increase his own HP by 1612 in total. So, based on that number, I applied that here. So, 5% HP on Hezonja is 8000 HP here and 11k here. If you have a look to the mastery here, 3.4% and 4.7%. So let's say 3% and between 3 and 5%. So if we have a look to the damage here, 8k, 11k, 8k more HP, we are gonna be situated here. Between 2,800 more damage and 3,846. But if we are using some mastery in substat, we are going to be situated between 3,147 and 5,000. Yeah, I'm saying 5,000 because normally it's below that. 5,000, and here normally it's more something like 3,500. 3,500 and 5,000. This is the damage in comparison. So in fact, there is a 1,100 difference here at the end, something close to that, but it's kind of close, I would say. It's not that far away. Because remember that the HP also increases your tankiness, okay? But we are going to talk about something else now. Let me show you the game here. And if we have a look here, we have different kind of sets. We have the HP rate set, 20% more HP, and we have the mastery set, giving more mastery, okay? Classic. So, 20% HP on Hezenja is equivalent to a bonus of 32k HP, okay? 32k HP. We are gonna be situated here, 32k HP here. 11k more damage, 11,200. If we apply 20% more mastery, 20%, the damage will almost double. It's the double. Mastery is way more efficient in terms of damage. So, make sure that on your Hezenja you apply mastery sets first. It's the best one you want to put on your Hezenja if you want to increase the damage. And make sure you are doing that. And then in substats, try to get some HP rate and effect hits. I think that this is the most optimal gear you can put on your HP burners. Then we have something different. We have the artifact. We can have mastery and flat HP. If you go on flat HP here, the maximum amount you can have is 21k and 600. If you do the calculation, if you divide 21k by 1612, so it's corresponding to a bit more than 13% of Hezenja's max HP. 13%. And in the mastery you can have 28%, almost 29%. So it's way worse to use some HP here in comparison with the mastery. Make sure you are using a mastery one here on your daughters, okay, on your HP burners. Then put some effect hit here if you need some, because it's better to have some mastery here and to have some HP rate. It's gonna be more optimal. Here, adding a bit more HP here is not the best choice. Because if you can increase the HP rate and mastery first on the substats here, you're gonna be more optimal. So effect hit, the extra effect hit you can apply, put the extra effect hit on that artifact. And then it's up to you. Here I recommend to use the speed one, but you can put an HP one, so you're gonna be more tanky. And remember that if you are using heroes such as Ben Austin, for example, or Catherine to make some pursuit and counter attacks, your Hezenja, for example, is gonna inflict more dots on enemies, so it doesn't really matter to have a lot of speed in that case. So, if I go back on the document here, go back on the curve, to conclude the video, if you are planning to have the highest amount of damage, dot damage on your daughters, HP burners, you have to increase the mastery first. But if you want to be also tanky, you have to increase both your mastery and HP. It's useless to increase only the HP on your HP burners. They are not gonna do a lot of damage. Make sure you need to have something like 70% mastery and 30% HP, something like that. Tell me what you think about that in a comment below. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and then see you in the next one. Bye bye.